This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 427. Why do some people consistently spend more than they earn? By Sam of financialsamurai.com. And I am Dan, your host. I'm here each Monday through Friday reading to you from some of the best personal finance blogs on the planet. And as always, I'd like to remind you to share your topic requests with us. Maybe there's something on your mind, some issue that you'd like to see us cover here on the program. And you can let us know by visiting oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com. And this episode is brought to you by JetSmarter, the mobile app revolutionizing the private air travel industry. JetSmarter lets you create on-demand flights anywhere on the planet or reserve seats on shared flights worldwide, all in minutes from a single mobile app. Download the JetSmarter app today and use the code SMART to discover a smarter way to fly. For full details, visit jetsmarter.com. Now let's get to today's post and continue optimizing your life. Why do some people consistently spend more than they earn? By Sam of financialsamurai.com. Nancy is 28 and attractive. Every time we catch up for a drink, it's funny to see the guys and girls all stare at her. The guys look at her and think, and then they look over to me and think, what the? The girls, on the other hand, just check out Nancy from head to toe and don't even pay me any attention. Long, straight hair, longer legs, and delicate features does that to people, I guess. I've known Nancy since she first graduated from college. She reached out through our college alumni network for work advice. Although she didn't make it past the third interview at my old firm, I did give her some tips and introduced her to other personnel that eventually led to another job. We kept in touch and became friends. As attractive as she is, Nancy revealed to me that she feels ugly. Do you know those already stick-thin folks who consistently tell their friends they need to go on a diet? Nancy is somewhat like that with her looks. With her insecurity, Nancy ends up buying some of the most expensive clothes and accessories on the planet. The LV handbag she carried the last time we met cost over $3,500 alone. I guess with a $6,500 a month gross salary, she can afford it, but what about the 25 handbags she admitted to already owning? As we talked more, she told me she has over $25,000 in credit card debt and feels the only way out is to open up new 0% balance transfer credit cards to prevent her from getting into more debt. It was a strange conversation because clearly the best way to get out of debt is to not spend more money. However, to Nancy, she felt stuck in a negative debt cycle where spending made her feel beautiful, if only for a little while until she had to spend some more. Thoughts on why people spend more than they make. 1. Self-esteem. When we lack self-esteem, we turn to things that make us feel better about ourselves. In Nancy's case, clothes and accessories made her feel pretty, and therefore she continued to spend to keep herself temporarily happy. We are bombarded on a daily basis by how society thinks we should look and dress. The fact of the matter is the TV and movie industries purposefully choose the most attractive people who barely exist in our daily lives. When all you see is someone really attractive, really wealthy, or even really good, it's inevitable we start feeling inadequate. 2. Desire. Desire leads to suffering. When I was 10 years old, I finally got a pair of $40 Reebok tennis shoes I begged my father for so long. I thanked him profusely and told him I can't believe people spend so much on shoes so regularly. He then said $40 shoes have always been around. There are $100 and over shoes too. I realized then that desire is never ending if you don't draw a line and cut things off. 3. Keeping up with others. It used to be that you'd see your neighbor's new car and want to buy a new car yourself. Now, with social media, you get to keep track of all your friends' great lives. You know, the updates from the Maldives or skydiving in Spain. We're now bombarded more than ever by people who want to share with us how great their lives are. As a result, we need to do the same, or else we start feeling inadequate. The best thing to do is to shut down the constant checking and reflect on what you already have. 4. Lack of knowledge. People don't realize how expensive consumer debt can be. With mortgage interest rates falling to record lows, it's a curiosity to see credit card interest rates still average in the high teens. If you pay a 15% credit card rate and pay the minimum each month, your credit card debt will double in 5 years. If you pay a 20% interest rate, then expect a doubling of debt in only 3.5 years. The miracle of compounding works equally as well in reverse. There are people who don't realize that if you pay $500 off your $1,000 credit card bill on the last day, the credit card company will still charge you the 1-month interest on your entire $1,000 balance. Know the rules, consumers. 5. Easy credit. Despite income inequality, there is social equality. Anybody with a pulse can get a credit card with a $1,000 line of credit nowadays. Heck, credit card companies are marketing their cards to students, most of whom don't even have a steady income. If there is a plate of French cruller donuts, I guarantee you that I will eat at least one. Easy credit leads to problems. 6. No budget. If you don't know how much you make after taxes and retirement contributions, then you don't know how much you can spend. The first budget is a PITA, but afterward, everything becomes automatic. Logic is not enough. Everybody except for the government knows that spending more than you make for an extended period of time leads to financial failure. Yet there are trillions of dollars in revolving consumer debt outstanding. Life is too easy in developed countries. We become soft, indebted, and lazy, just as creditors want us to be. If you go to India, where microlending is becoming big business, research what their default rates are compared to the US. Default rates are way below industry norms because each person recognizes how difficult it is to get credit, cherishes the credit for a better life, and does not want to disappoint his or her village, which is depending on such loans and future loans. We need to understand how good we have it. Do we really need the fourth pair of designer jeans or a new car after only 3 years when the majority of the world can't even afford to pay cash for the typical $21,000 Honda Civic? If we can visit developing countries to gain more perspective about how luxurious our lives are in developed countries, I'm positive we will be able to reduce the act of spending more than we make significantly. Imagine a world where nobody welched on their bills because they reached their financial tipping point. There would be no housing crisis, no financial crisis, and no need to risk our respective countries' economic futures. You just listened to the post titled, "Why Do Some People Consistently Spend More Than They Earn?" by Sam of financialsamurai.com. And before we go, thank you again to our sponsor for this episode, JetSmarter, the mobile app revolutionizing the private air travel industry. Unlike jet cards or fractional ownership, JetSmarter lets you create on-demand flights anywhere on the planet or reserve seats on shared flights worldwide, all in minutes from a single mobile app. JetSmarter is also the only private flight service that lets you share your extra charter seats with fellow members in exchange for flight credit. No prepaid hours, no expensive brokers, just innovative air travel at your fingertips so you can experience aviation as it was meant to be. With JetSmarter, flying private is now within reach. Download the JetSmarter app today and use the code SMART to become part of the world's largest members-only private aviation community and discover a smarter way to fly. For full details, visit jetsmarter.com. Again, that's jetsmarter.com. And that's it for today. Have a great Tuesday if you're listening in real time, and I will see you in tomorrow's show, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more, from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Finance Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.